Yo, people, what's going on? Back again.
1 second, bro. My audio's mad.
Your audio sounds fine, bro.
Bear with me. Yo, got you.
Yo,
Settings.
what's
Yo,
going
I'm
on,
here.
people? Yep,
I'm here.
he's in back again with the vape, blood. Man's got the cap down low like Eminem, bro. It's about to be
There's a
mad
reason
thing,
for
man.
that, innit? 2
What's
L's
going
since we
on?
last spoke, bro. 2 L's since we last spoke.
Hey, it's crazy, blood. How's it feeling, bruv? How's it feeling?
Both clubs in Manchester in the mud, according to some people, innit? Yeah, bro. Used to it, innit? We started the season well, which is rare for us, so... Hey.
It's true, though. You don't usually start the season that well.
No.
So it's kind of like... It is what it is, really, innit? Like, I don't think there's going to be too much panicking, bruv. You got loads of players to come back, which makes a massive difference.
Yeah, two L's, but we're still top of the league. The Carabao Cup, even if we advanced in it, we couldn't win it because it clashed with the Club World Cup anyway. So we would have had to play the EDS team. So it's what it is, man. But I'm not going to act like there's not concerns because we've got a big week in it. Got Arsenal, and looks like they were saying they had everyone out. Looks like everyone's back in training for them now, pretty much.
Yeah. They said that they had injuries and stuff, and then I don't know who's briefing the press because obviously I think Saka and Rice both started in it, so
yeah,
clearly
Partey's
they weren't
back
injured.
in training. Partey's back in training today, but it's one of them ones where, despite all of that, we still go into the game as probably the favourites at their ground. Yeah, and they all know that in their heads as well.
Yeah, that's
Our
testament
players all know
to
that.
what City have done. I think you lot, they haven't beaten you lot since what, 2015 or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like 18 or 19 league games on the bounce, something mad like that. And yeah, they know that. They've got that in their head. They know that going into the game. We know that going into the game. But they're going to obviously take... It's interesting to see what happens this week because I don't know, will they rest players in their Champions League game? Because I think... Bro, I think Arsenal fans, any Arsenal fans watching this know, yeah, if they lose at the Emirates to us this early on in the season, that's it. Their arse will have gone. That's it.
For sure.
Because they
it's
know
bigger for them than it is for you, the game, for sure.
Yeah. They know back into the season they've got to come to the Etihad where they just won't get anything at all. And this is, look, by the looks of it, this is going to be their one chance. We ain't going to have Rodri. Like, Rodri's not going to be there. Bernardo Silva, looking unlikely. Stones, we're not sure. Kevin De Bruyne, not there. They're playing, like we saw against Wolves, and I spoke on this the other day. We looked different. We looked slow moving the ball, like trying to play against a low block team with Nunes and Kovacic first time playing together. And all of this, it's the perfect time for Arsenal to play us. And if they don't get the W, then for me, that's all you need to know about Arsenal. If they can't get the W against this City team at the moment, then
it's never going to happen for them.
No.
Yeah, I think they'll know that as well. Someone said that Saka went off injured or something like that in
the
game or something. I don't know, bruv. Is that fact? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't hear that. I would have heard more noise about that. Arsenal fans would have been going mad if that happened. He probably got subbed off. One thing I know from the game is that they gave Havertz a sympathy vote and gave him a penalty, handed him the ball.
Yeah. I had a conversation about this because I went on pod yesterday with Akinfenno and we were speaking about it.
Oh wow, okay.
There were loads of different interpretations for that, innit? Like some people were saying, they thought it shows that the Arsenal team are together. I was just like, bro, it just shows me more than anything that even the Arsenal players know that Havertz is under pressure. Like that. That's what it shows me. Because him taking a penalty and scoring a penalty is not going to make him play better in midfield. Like, he's not a centre forward. Sometimes when centre forwards need a goal just to kind of just to kind of take the edge off a little bit. Like, scoring a penalty doesn't help someone who's playing not in the number 8. It doesn't help you.
No.
Like that. It doesn't help you with press resistance. It doesn't help you with decision making. It doesn't help you with anything. Like, so scoring a goal is going to do very, very little, to take the pressure away from your overall performance. When you're up front, people don't look at your overall performance. if you're scoring goals. We've seen that with Rashford. We've seen that with loads of different players. If they're scoring goals, the overall performance gets just overlooked, innit? When you're
Yeah,
playing in
yeah, yeah.
midfield, no one gives a damn. Like if you score a penalty, like man need to know, are you performing week in, week out, especially when there's better players than you.
Especially when you're like even more so when you're not the penalty taker. It's not like, well, you know what? Now we know that next time we get a penalty, screw it. He's not your penalty taker, so I don't even. It is what it is. Probably gave him a smile and that and whatever. But maybe Win the Dog's going to take the next penalty.
Bro, who knows, innit? Do you know what I mean? Who knows? So it's going to be very interesting, innit? But I think that showed that the players know that Havertz isn't playing well. That's what it tells me. It does, and they're trying to do him a favor, but ultimately the team are carrying him, innit? So it will be
fully.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens between City and Arsenal. But I think for sure, it's advantage Arsenal in terms of with the injuries and stuff like that. But I still think that the best Arsenal are going to get is a draw. I still think the City are going to beat them, bruv. Like, there's something about Man City. There's something about Man City when they come up against the big teams and they need to get a result, they just get it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like they're drilled. Like winning is a skill. People just overlook the fact that winning is a skill, and that's why, as bad as United have been over the years, we keep finding ourselves in cup finals because there's something about our club and something about the players at the club that in certain moments they can just turn up and give us a performance. This is why we've done a lot better in cup competitions than we have in the league, because we haven't been consistent. But on any given Sunday, we can just get a result in it. And Arsenal don't have that gene. Like City have that gene, which is the reason why they've been winning trophies. So yeah, I still expect City to beat them. I think Daps is frozen, guys. I think he's frozen. One second. Me from the stage. 1 minute. Man said, hold on. Man said that Newcastle lost a number on him. There he is. Yeah, my bro.
Mad. 1 minute, bro. 1 minute.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, back. Don't know what happened there. My internet just went completely. You were saying about with City. Yeah, I agree with you that it's these type of games that City often rise at, and even more so. I think since Pep's first season at City, he's only ever gone 2 L's. So in the first season we had more than this, but since that first season we've only ever had 2 L's before bouncing back. So, and it's spot on. It's I think Grealish will play. I think Grealish will stay more. I think it will be a bit more. I think Stones might be back. I think maybe Stones and Bernardo maybe have been rested, and I think they'll be back. I'm the same as you. The worst I could imagine would be a draw. And to be honest with you, at the moment with the players we've got out, I wouldn't be mad at a draw. But nah. It's for me, it's a City win, and I think it might be a surprising, quite convincing City win, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I have to agree still. Big up the chat. Make sure you guys smash the like, man. I've got this Chelsea game on at the moment. Bruv, is that a Wobie blood playing for Fulham?
Yeah, I think it is, I think he did go to Fulham.
Bruv, when the hell did that happen, blood?
As for this comment below, listen, Pep Guardiola will never, ever lose a game on purpose, We lost to Newcastle because Newcastle had a better... By the way, we performed better against Newcastle than we did Wolves, but Newcastle had a solid 15 minutes and they won the game. I'm not saying we threw it on purpose. Pep would never throw a game. But it's very hard in them last 15 minutes to get up for a game where you're thinking, right, if we advance in this, the whole
works
squad
against you
and the manager... The whole squad, because I think we play in our final Champions League game, then fly from that to Saudi for the Club World Cup, It's hard to get your players to go, go and get a goal, when you know that you can't win that tournament ever. And someone said, yeah, we'll play the youngers. All right, well, you could do, yeah. But again, that's irrelevant. If we got there, I'm sure we would have said to the EDS team, you lot go and play it. But I'm saying when you go 1-0 down, Haaland didn't even come on. Like, there's no motivating this team to go, like, if we go out of this, we're not going to win the Carabao Cup. Well, it's out of their hands anyway. It would have been the EDS team. Look, that game doesn't worry me. The Wolves game, come at me about the Wolves game. Tell me that my team was shit in the Wolves game. We didn't want to lose that one. We were shit. But But as for that whoever said shameless, there's a chance it might have been a Liverpool fan, because we need to talk on their shameless fans. I'm not going to lie, bro. They're doing my nuts.
Let's do it, man.
Bro, like, they're acting like no one has VAR decisions go against them, and they're doing all of this. I'm seeing stuff about, like, now Liverpool's fans are blaming Man City for that loss against Tottenham. That, oh, it's Man City, they've got the rest in their pocket. Man United get decisions go their way all the time. But conveniently, they forget every single decision that has gone in their way over the years. Like, they'll always tell you about the Rodri handball, which, by the way, I agree it was a handball, hand a rod, right? But they won't tell you about a week later where Mane stood on a player's foot in the box and no penalty was given. They won't tell you about anything that goes against them. And now VAR will probably all be changed because of Liverpool, right? Which is a good thing, but at the same time, why only when they make noise about it? When everyone else makes noise about it, nothing ever happens. But Liverpool make noise about it. And the truth is, they come out of that game, they lost, They lost to Tottenham. Simple as that, right? But the narrative is, I'm proud of our boys. I'm proud of our boys that we did so well. What is that like? Is that like you're proud? Like, I had Grizz. I put, let me guess, the mentality monsters are back. And Grizz listed everything they've won, right? And I said, okay, cool. And in that list of everything they won, he also listed, and remember, twice we pushed one of the best Premier League teams of all time to within 1 point. And I'm like, and you lost both those times, but you're still putting it like it's a trophy, And one thing I'll say about Man United fans, if we're talking about who has pushed Manchester City the closest, Manchester United lost the Premier League to Manchester City, goal difference.
Difference,
Right? And not once have I heard a Man United fans say that. Not once have I heard them as that their claim of what they've won. But Liverpool fans are like, here, claiming these things like, we pushed City so far. We nearly beat Tottenham, right? But you didn't.
Yeah, bro. Them man said that they wanted a trophy for getting 99 points on that.
It's mad. It's mad. And they'll mock Tottenham now for beating them, going, Tottenham are celebrating the fact they beat us with 9 men. But they beat you. They beat you, That is football. Like, I don't get it. It's just mad. And now they're back. They're the mentality monsters that, in truth, have won one of everything. Like, no twos of anything, just one of everything, right? And you know what? Cool. Let all these Liverpool fans that are talking up now. I'm just like, no problem. Are you going to win the league? Because if you're not going to win the league, shut up. Please don't start talking about this and that if you're not going to win it. Like, stand here with chest and tell me you're going to win the league. But
listen, it's facts, because like someone said in the chat, Klopp came out crying, talking about Man United getting penalties, and then we didn't get a penalty for 6 months, bro. Like, this is what Liverpool do, innit? Like, they're the media darlings. Everyone knows it, bro. When Liverpool won the Premier League, they got a whole Sky Sports advert and that with Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher and that, bro. Everyone knows that the media they just love Liverpool, bro.
They're still in the advert for the Champions League. They're still in the advert.
But this
for the
is what I'm
Champions
saying.
League.
They
They're
love
not even
Liverpool,
in the Champions League.
They love Liverpool, but then Liverpool fans want to make themselves the victims all the time, bro. They're the biggest victim club, bro. Like, everyone hates us. No, bruv.
And if you say that, they do the usual victim thing and say you're talking about something that you're not even talking about. That is how
crazy.
Victim it is. That's what happens in truth. It's what it is, though. I mean, it's one of them ones where, for me, someone said to me, like, my view is this season we could, if we wanted to, the same as we could many other seasons, just put our foot down early doors, get it wrapped up. But for some reason, we fuck up and we don't do that, But if I tell you which seasons feel the best at the end, it's not the Centurions where we did 100 points. That one was boring, man. Well, them ones like being 2-0 down to Villa last day of the season and coming back and winning 3-2 and seeing Liverpool cry on the pitch, seeing Steven Gerrard slip, seeing Arsenal bottle it last season. They're the ones that feel the best for me. So do you know what? And this season, if they're going to give us 2 victims in Arsenal and Liverpool, then I'm here for it. We'll take both of them.
Yeah.
And like I said to any Arsenal and Liverpool fan, if you disagree with me, tell me with chest you're going to win the league. Because I'll tell you with chest, we're going to do a 4-peat this season. But if any of you lot can tell me with chest you're going to win the league, then talk up. Otherwise, just like battle it out for who's bride of honor, because that's all it's going to be.
No, facts. No, bro, listen, I hear you, but you're right, though. It's like, you're right, if you're going to talk with chest, innit? But they won't do that, bruv. And this is exactly what it is, bruv. And that's why them man are killing me right now. Like, one thing that we can all admit as football fans is that VAR, yeah, it's probably done more harm than good, innit?
Yeah, facts.
It's caused more problems than it is the solutions. Like, that's just how it is. And that's why I've never been a fan of VAR. I've said it for a long time. I've said, listen, goal line technology is the only thing we need, yeah? Like, other than that, we just go with human error, bro. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's like, even the goal that wasn't given for them, yeah, the ref flagged offside. So even if it wasn't offside, if there's no VAR, the ref's flagged. Cool. Like, it's human error. If there's still going to be human error whilst using VAR, then there's no point having it, bro, because VAR was supposed to eradicate that. So if you're not going to eradicate human error, why slow the game down by adding VAR as an option to use, yeah, which is only going to slow the game down, kill the momentum of the game, ref has to leave the pitch, do all of that, stops teams from celebrating goals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was going to games, yeah, when there was VAR, bro, the ball's gone in, yeah, and then the crowd can't even celebrate.
It's mad. It's mad, bro.
Because we don't know if the goal's going to be given, bro. Like, it's ruining even the experience as fans of going to games and genuinely, like,
100%
celebrating in real time, bro. Like, players are not celebrating in real time now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's killing the game, bro. It's killing the flow of the game. The way to make football better is to make the game more fluid and just flow more, not to add more stoppages. Like, that's not going to improve the brand.
Bro. That's it. Especially where, you know what, you'd accept that if it was going to get it right. If it doesn't get it right, you're not willing to accept that. And the truth is, after it now, there's more like to talk about after the game. Whereas before, they'd be like, oh, was it offside? Wasn't it offside? But it would just disappear very quickly because they'd be like, you know what? There's nothing to say otherwise, so we just keep it moving. Whereas now, there's all of this that follows afterwards. And as for the thing at games, it's hell, bro. Even the Champions League final, I remember when we scored in the Champions League final, I jumped up, celebrated for about 2 seconds, then was like, hold on, looking around the pitch everywhere, looking like, has a linesman got, like, are they going over to a screen? Has the VAR thing come up? Because you just can't celebrate it. It's mad. It's mad.
But that was it. Like, when I was watching the Arsenal game, the Garnacho goal, yeah, United go through on goal, yeah, it went in. I didn't even celebrate the goal because in my head, I thought, yo, this looks offside, innit? But obviously, in real time, when the player's going that way, the defender's going that way, it's always tight. Yeah. So I'm looking at it like, yo, if I'm the linesman, yeah, in real time, this looks off. But then when I saw how tight it actually was, yeah, it's like, I didn't even see if the linesman flagged in the game. I don't know. You lot can let me know if the linesman did flag. I'm not sure if the lino flagged or not. But I don't think the lino did flag. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Garnacho kind of celebrated like he thought he might be offside because he kind of held the celebration.
Yeah. You see that a lot now as well.
Yeah, that he looked over and then he held it. Do you know what I mean? Someone said it wasn't flagged. You see what I'm saying? And then he held it and then he kind of half celebrated, but not with no real conviction. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, it's crazy. Do you know what I mean? And it did look, I was patient, because it looked off. But at the end of the day, if the lino don't flag, the lino don't flag. And when you see how close it actually was.
Yeah, bro, if it, like you said.
You would rather stuff like that. The attacker gets the benefit of the doubt.
I'm strongly on the attacker should get the benefit of the doubt. And even more so what you said there, if a defender is moving forward and the forward is moving forward in the opposite direction, it can look like someone's a mile offside, but it's like, nah. You got two people moving in opposite directions. That gap becomes big very quickly.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So a lot of the time, if it's going to be if VAR is still going to be prone to human error, then there's no point using it. VAR is meant to kill any sort of controversy. It's meant to give you a conclusive decision immediately.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be on everything. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're going to use VAR, they need to use VAR the way they use Hawkeye in tennis, bro. Like, man don't need to use VAR for everything.
Where you go to it if you want to go to it.
Yeah, if you've got challenges. So if you want to challenge for like a red card or something like that, do you know what I mean? Or like a second yellow, because a second yellow could lead to a red card. So if you want to challenge for a red, you can say, yo, I want to challenge that.
Yeah.
You know, like that. And then you challenge it, and then either you get a challenge or you don't get a challenge.
Yeah.
Same with a second yellow or a potential offside. If the goal's given and you think, nah, actually, like, I think it was offside, I want to challenge that. And if your challenge ain't successful, you should lose the challenge, bro.
Yeah.
All this thing where we're stopping the game all the time, bro, it's annoying, bro.
No. And do you know what? The thing is, right, for me, and it's just the way things are going, is for me, football is our release. Football is where, when it's the weekend and whatever, to be fair, now with this YouTube, we're doing it, we do it a lot more. But for me personally, when I'm not doing the YouTube thing, I finish on a Friday, I get on a train, I go Manchester for the weekend, I spend my weekend up there going to the football, right? Now, everything is more than that, and like with the rulings and whatever, it should just be on your eye. You can look at it, you can know if you won the game, you can know if you can perform well, you know if you perform badly. And now Liverpool fans are coming out and they're talking about, you know, how they should have won the game down to the decisions. If you actually look at it, I think it's someone was saying to me, shots on goal and whatever, like it wasn't that. Liverpool were not by far the better team. Again with City, and this is me being critical of some of my fan base, that there was a couple of decisions that maybe went against us at the weekend. And I saw a few City fans trying to say, you know, if we would have had that decision go our way and whatever. The truth is, let's not do that because we were shit, right? We were shit. Wolves came out and had the perfect master plan against this City team and they won the game, That is what it should be about. We can see with our eyes we were not good enough. We could mask it and go, oh, well, you know, these decisions.
This didn't go for us.
That's not how we... Yeah, and if that did go our way, and we actually came out with a win, then maybe, I mean, Pep's probably the type of manager that would still be looking at the flaws, but we'd be looking at going, everything's fine going into this Arsenal game. We don't need to tinker too much. But now, because we got that loss, we're going to look at it a bit more and go, do you know what? We need to be careful going into this game. We don't need to be, and finally as well, any team that plays to the whistle and waits for the whistle to decide the score, you're not doing enough, right? Like, it's as simple as that. In life, things don't go your way all the time, You can sit on your ass and you can moan about it, or you can get up and go and do something about it and get the job done, right?
Yep.
And that's the truth. Just get the job done by any means, I can tell you now, anyone that's won Champions Leagues, won Premier Leagues, won any trophies, they've had decisions go against them and they've just gone, I want this too much. I don't care about the decision. I'm going to go and get the job done. And it swings and roundabouts. This week, something goes against you. Next week, something will go in your favour. You'll never talk about the things that go in your favour, You'll never talk about that. You'll only talk about the things that hold you back. So don't talk about them. Don't let them hold you back. Like,
hey, bro, nothing but facts. And that's the thing. Each football match, is an isolated incident away, bro. Like the way people are just like, things always go against. No, they don't.
No, they go against everyone, man.
They go against everyone, bro. Like, everyone is a victim, of
when you lose, you're the victim.
Decision.
Yeah. But
100%. And sometimes there's poor decisions and you still win.
And then you don't talk about the poor decisions because there's no need to.
Facts. People only talk about the poor decision when they lose.
Yeah.
And this is the issue. Like, when you look at that game, like, the better team won, bruv. Like, and you got 2 red cards and they were red cards. So what's the problem? Like, you know, like that. Like, how they lost, cool. It's a bit of pill to swallow, but you lost, bruv. You had 2 red cards. Do you know what I mean? You can't have a player knowing that they're on a yellow card already, getting sent off so stupidly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be annoyed at your player, Like, he needs to show a bit more in-game intelligence. Like, you know you're booked already. Like, don't get sent off, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm
And
saying? You already know you're a man down. Like, just little things like that. If anything, you should be annoyed at him for doing that. Do you
yeah,
know what I
well,
mean? But
and the
instead,
other
you're
thing
gonna
is,
moan about that.
just before that happened, they had Trent stripped off and Nunes stripped off, ready to come on, right? If Jota hadn't have got sent off, Nunes and Trent might have come on the game and changed the game. But Jota was stupid. Jota went and got sent off for a stupid challenge. It wasn't bad, but, bro, he went in there knowing what he was doing. Like, he went and kicked the player. Like, he's going to get... You're on a yellow, you kick a player, you're getting sent off. That's on you.
Yeah, it's proper foolish, man.
He knew that when he came off as well. You could tell he knew that.
Yeah, well, of course. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones where I think everyone can agree that VAR, like, for me, it causes more issues than it solves. I don't think that it was a good addition to football. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I think it's one of a long list of things that's made the game worse, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones. But I'm just tired of hearing people moan about it. Do you know what I mean? And if something was to be done about it now, after all the teams are screwed over, it would just prove my point, that Liverpool are heavily favoured by the media and the powers that be, bro. Because them fans always got something to cry about, bro. It's embarrassing. I'll be real.
Yeah. That's it. That is it. And they're moaning about that. And like I said, they're now bringing it on to City are cheats, City are... But then the minute you bring up things that they've done, they don't want to talk no more. They don't want to talk no more. Like, because the truth is, Liverpool's best transfer windows, right? The players they bought during those transfer windows was using data that they stole from Manchester City, gone to court, proven, found guilty, paid us dough, right? Because they took some scouts from City that conveniently brought over data on USB sticks from Manchester City, and next minute they're going and buying certain players, right? And they have been found guilty in the court of law about that, had to give us dough. You bring that up to Liverpool.
I didn't even know that.
Exactly, bro, because guess why? Because Liverpool did it. So you don't hear about it, right? This is the thing. But they'll want to put everything on City that has actually not been found guilty of yet, right? There's so many things with Liverpool that it's just like the team coach thing where no team has ever been brought into Anfield that way until they're playing a big game against Manchester City and the Merseyside police decide, you know what? The team coach is going to take a different route into the ground this game, and it's going to be a route where it can't just flow through. It has to stop and do a 5-point turn where we know they're planning to greet the teams and the team bus is going to get attacked, and all these little things that they do that they don't like here. Like, if we speak about that, then
so
we're
what,
wrong
man
to
saying
speak
that
about.
it was pre-planned for their bus to go a different route, so you lot could get attacked.
Our route, yeah, bro, no team's ever gone that route, but they decided in one game in particular, you know what? And the Merseyside police, you know what? Yeah, this team coach is going to go this route in this way, this route that no other team's ever going, where it's literally, it's a U-turn. A coach cannot make it round. It has to like do and they knew that they were going to be lining the route, and the team coach got attacked. And look, that didn't impact the game on the pitch, but it meant we got to the ground late. It meant that the players were a bit shaken up because they'd had windows smashed and
that,
yeah. And Pep, there was footage of Pep got off the team coach, looked at the police and said, "Thank you so much, Merseyside police. Thank you for making sure my players were protected," in a sarcastic voice. And it was just, but they're the little things. But on the charge thing, anyone that questions it, go and Google it and look at what Liverpool have done. Yeah, Liverpool stole and got found guilty of something, but they don't want to talk on that. But they're happy to talk on how now they lose to Tottenham and somehow Manchester City are to blame that you lost to Tottenham. Yeah. That's mad for me. That's just shameless. It's a reach. And we don't even know if you're going to be in a title race yet. So I don't even know why you're talking about us at the moment. You're still butthurt from them 2 seasons. That's all it is.
Bro, yeah, you ain't wrong. A man said weren't Liverpool team that set fireworks outside Real Madrid's. Yep, it was them as well.
Yeah, it was them. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
but these men are victims, though.
Oh, I can tell you so many things from away games at Liverpool about things that happen, about, coins getting thrown, bikes getting thrown, piss getting thrown, whatever else. But then if Man City say something, then all of a sudden it's like, no, they need to stop. This is not acceptable that Man City fans are chanting this. And I'm not saying it is acceptable, but same way, sticks and stones may break my bones, words will never hurt me. Yeah. Man, but like a City fan last season got very badly injured from having something thrown at her by a Liverpool fan. That was fine. That didn't get reported. But what did get reported is that a City fan said something, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, come on, a little girl gets hurt. That's fine. But someone says something, and that's worse. It's mad. It's mad. And by the way, anyone, just to be clear as well, anyone that thinks I've got any sort of agenda to do with Hillsborough, let me be very clear. My brother-in-law, my sister married a Scouser. Yeah? My brother-in-law, his dad was the founder of the Hillsborough charity. Yeah, I have nothing against that. That was a very unfortunate situation, bad situation, but. Like, we have to say it how it is with other situations. And in those other situations, Liverpool are also wrong at sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think we all know that. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. Big up everyone inside as well. Smash up the like button. I've got the Chelsea game on the side, so I can see it still. Same. I can see what's going on. You know what I mean? They
played a lot better today, yeah.
Yeah, they have. Who's that number 23? Is that Gallagher?
Gallagher's looked better today for me.
Oh, no, he's crap, man.
He's dog shit, but he's looked better today.
So
I think Cole Palmer looks so good for them. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a good player, man.
Yeah,
he's a good player still. Like I wasn't aware of his issues at your club. I thought he was happy there and he was gonna get minutes, and then then all of a sudden he was gone. I was so confused, blood. Like, when I heard that Chelsea were in for him, I had no idea that he would have even been open to leaving.
A few of my mates that I go to games with are from the same estate as him. And he, like, I think, when was it? It was when we played Madrid in the semi, so it would have been about April, May time. They said to me, he's looking for a move to Germany. He wanted to move to Germany. And then the thing is, he doesn't get on with Pep. He gets on with Lilo, who's Pep's assistant, that's just returned. And when he returned, it was like, oh, you know what? And with Mahrez going, Cole Palmer might get a run of games. But Cole Palmer, because he played like in the Community Shield, played in the Super Cup, and there was talks that, yeah, you know what, he might stay. But in an interview, he said, it's very clear, I need to know about game time. Like, whatever club's going to offer me the most game time, that's where I need to be at. And then after that game, he didn't start for us. Doku got brought in, and I think it was pretty clear, yeah, you're still not going to get game time here. And the thing is, I think the way he wants to play in a role where he can really impact games, yeah? Like,
he wants to play free, innit? Pep's not going to let him play free.
The truth is, yeah, there's a player that's been having to fight for that for years and only is now getting it now, and that's Foden, yeah? Now we've seen Foden drop deeper and Foden be able to influence games a bit more. Cole Palmer knows you're not going to get that jump over Phil Foden. You're not going to get that. And now when I watch him play for Chelsea, I'm not going to lie, he looks like a City player playing in a Chelsea team. When he was at City, he didn't look like a City player because I think Pep had said, if you're going to start, you're playing on the wing, you're holding the wing, you're doing the Mahrez thing of cutting inside every now and again. But apart from that, now you're not dropping deep, picking up the ball. That's not your job. And now he's gone away and he's balling. So it's what it is. I wanted him to stay as well, by the way. I didn't want him to go. I'm a big Cole Palmer fan. But yeah.
Fairs. You know what I mean? So now it'd be interesting because you talked about game time. He would have definitely got more game time in Germany.
Yeah, that's what you wanted as well.
He's going to play for Chelsea, but I doubt he's going to get... Once everyone's available for Chelsea, I don't know how much game time he gets. You know
I agree.
I don't think anyone knows really how good he is because we ain't seen enough of him.
Yeah.
He's definitely talented, but how good he is, I don't know. I think it's to be seen, innit? So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting keeping an eye on...
It's once Nkunku gets back, what happens? Once Nkunku gets back,
like he's the only player of that profile at Chelsea, left footer. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Ziyech ain't there no more, so I think he's the only left-footed, right-sided player. I know Sterling; they've been playing Sterling on the right, but I think Cole Palmer's the only one.
Yeah, and the thing is, Cole Palmer can't play on the left neither. He's not a left footer that you can play on the left for me. He's definitely a right side. Or to be fair, his best position, I reckon, centrally. I think he influences the game most from the middle. But because on the on the right, it's more a bit like Mahrez, where his best trick is to cut inside and hit it with his left. Whereas through the middle, he's a good enough footballer to influence games through the middle. But we'll see. And how about you boys at the weekend?
Oh, mate. I mean, well, we lost, and I thought we would as well. Do you know what I mean? I was probably the only United fan that didn't take anything. I didn't take anything positive from the cup game because you shouldn't. You know,
Yes.
we played against a much changed Crystal Palace team. Crystal Palace actually, they pretty much, the manager pretty much came out and said they ain't got the squad to be challenging on all fronts. So like he made it clear they didn't want to win the game. Like it was one of those things, and you could see like they almost turned up because they had to. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what it looked like. It like they didn't.
I mean,
They didn't do nothing.
The Palace game in the cup, I had Ty round here and Cass, who I live with, and I'm not going to say Cass so much, but Ty was getting excited, man. And like every show we did afterwards, he was, you know, we're back, we're this, we're that, and I was like, you need to, bro, like you're now forgetting everything. And I think I said to you last week, I always say to him, bro, you're settling through mediocrity. And I said to him Saturday morning when he was going, look at our run now, I think this is a start. And I said, bro, again, literally one win and you forget everything. You just forget everything and think, that's it, we're back. And all of a sudden, Reguilon's fine. All of a sudden, all these players, with everyone, he just constantly wants to, like, give Martial more time, give him more time.
See, guys, but this is what I was saying earlier, yeah. People say that I am reactionary, yeah, when really, yeah, I'm the most composed Man United fan that you'll find.
Do you know what,
Like,
right?
Anywhere. I'm not reactionary.
Right, if Amrabat, right, has a bad game and you're Amrabat out, he's not good enough, yeah, then cool. I'll hear that's reactionary, yeah. But with some of these players, it's like, how many chances do you want to give them? Yeah. Like, even with Martial, if Martial has a few good games now and scores a few goals, then there will be people going, he's good enough. We don't need anything else. And it's like, you do, because you know that at some point he's going to pick up another injury and that is going to throw you up. Like,
the issue with Martial is his availability. It's not his ability.
It's not,
You see what I'm saying? But that's why I said Martial, I keep him, yeah. He's an important squad player for me, but he's not a player that I even think about building the team around because he's not reliable.
No. And you can't, if he has a good December and has a good January, yeah. And then you go, do you know what? We don't need to get back up in that position because we've got him. I guarantee you, first week of February he's injured, yeah. And you've missed out on the opportunity once again because you haven't gone and backfilled him. And that's where it is at the moment, I think, with Man United. Like, I'll be honest, Rants, Rashford for me, I think Rashford, yeah. I don't know your opinion on Rashford, yeah. Now, Rashford has been a player for me that has influenced games for Manchester United. Rashford is a player that we know he can influence games for Man United. But I think that might be where his issue is at the moment, that Rashford's brain has been programmed into exactly that, yeah. That when he gets the ball now, if you're 1-0 down, his go-to is, I can influence this game. Right?
Yeah, he's got a hero complex.
Yeah, and then it's like, no, because we're under Ten Hag, maybe you're trying to move into a style of play that isn't about heroes no more. This is not the Oli era. This is not all the other manager eras where heroes save you. This is an era where we're trying to build a team, yeah? And I feel that. And the other thing is that I think with him at the moment, there's this, ever since he's been at Man United, because of the fact that he has had these moments where he's saved Man United, yeah, that if the performances are not good enough, he's automatically, well, it can't be me. I can't be blamed for this because you've seen I saved Man United. So no one blame me. There's other scapegoats around here. You go at them, man. It can't be me because we've seen what I single-handedly can do for this club. So again, and sometimes it's a bit like, no, you need to take some blame as well, that sometimes your head goes down and sometimes maybe the way you are a little bit. But I will say, I think that because of that, he gets more time than, like, say, Sancho, for example. Right,
Bro,
Sancho's... there's no PR for Sancho.
Guys,
there's no PR for Sancho.
When did I first call out Marcus Rashford, guys? What year would it have been? 2017 or something? Maybe something like that, bro. Rash Bandicoot, bro. I told man I got this guy already.
Gashford.
Fam. Bruv, I told man about this guy for a long time. Listen, I know, yeah. I know what 2018. We're in 2023 now. I've been telling man that Rashford weren't it. Do you know what I mean? A good 5 years ago, probably nearly 6 years, guys. Like the thing is with Rashford, yeah. I know, yeah. I know what Rashford's limitations are. So I just came to the point where I was like, you know what? We're not going to get rid of him, so I'm just going to embrace him for what he is. Do you know what I mean? He's just a direct player. If
Yeah.
you play the ball into his path, over the top,
Yeah.
he'll get you goals, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There was one point where under Jose they were comparing him to Martial, yeah, and Martial is such a way better footballer than him.
Oh yeah, all day. It's all round game.
Yeah, bro. Like it's not even comparable. But somehow it became Rashford versus Martial, and then everyone decided to put me on Martial's side and said, "Oh, you hate Rashford because of Martial."
Right. I
When
didn't know
really
that.
wasn't it. Like I just didn't rate Rashford because he's not a good footballer. That's all. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of them things now where people are starting to get onto Rashford, yeah, 6 years after me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's getting to the point now where it's like I always get to the point where I get to the point where I don't even like talking about these players no more, because literally I've been telling people about them so long that it comes across that like I enjoy talking about them.
Yeah.
Because I've been cooking this guy for 6 years. Do you know what I mean? And it's not because I enjoy getting onto him. It's because he's still here 6 years later and he shouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? The same thing with Luke Shaw. The same thing with Bruno Fernandes. Like, bro, I had to sit down in a fan base where these men are calling Bruno the best foreign import since Cantona, and after one season of scoring penalties. Bruno's horrible footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? Bruno and Marcus Rashford. If I was the Man United manager and I came into that squad right now, they're the two players I'd get rid of. No one else. Because I could do a job with all the other players in that squad. Them two, they don't have the basic football IQ and intelligence, yeah, to play a good brand of football, bro, because they don't know when to pass the ball. They don't know how to pass the ball. People talk about how many chances Bruno creates and that. I was watching the game, yeah. Bruno is playing head height passes to the right back. It's like, what's he going to do with that? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, like he doesn't care about how the ball gets there. The ball just gets there. Like anyhow, he's hoofing the ball. The guy is terrible, bro. He's actually so bad. And it's like Rashford as well. It's like people are saying, oh, he's lazy, he's all these other things. You have to understand, yeah, that I saw this quote from Ten Hag today, yeah, and it infuriated me. I didn't even see this because I do the watch-alongs on mute. I don't see the press conferences. Apparently, Ten Hag said on Rashford's form, the team needs to work around him. Work around him?
Nah.
Bro, you need to take him out the team, bruv. That's what you need to do. You see, when I hear stuff, the team needs to work around him, but Sancho's not allowed to use the canteen.
and that's what I was going to say on Sancho, yeah. So you've just gone and got Højlund, who we haven't seen much of, but you know what we've seen so far, the little glimpses, he looks all right. And the type of player is, yeah, I'm telling you now, Jadon Sancho knows how to play with players like that. We saw Jadon Sancho at Dortmund with right, bro, and we saw what happened. We know that he knows when to play the pass. We know he knows how to play with the number 9, right? We ain't seen that from Rashford. Well, in fact, so far what we have seen is that Rashford can't play with the number 9.
When Ronaldo was there, Rashford didn't score goals.
No. And at the weekend, some of the passes that he should have played, again, he wasn't finding players when there would have been through on goal. And this is a thing that makes you kind of, again, I hate to say it because I'll say it once again. I still think, I'm still currently of the mindset that Ten Hag is probably the best for Man United right now. But it makes me wonder about this Ten Hag philosophy and his style of football, if he thinks that Rashford and Haaland is going to work better than Sancho and Højlund. That Rashford and Højlund can work better than Sancho and Højlund. Because Sancho knows how to play with a number 9. It's proven.
Sancho just knows how to play with teammates, period, because he's that kind of player. He's a link man, bruv. Like Rashford is selfish, and the thing is, he's got this superhero complex that Manchester United have allowed him
Yeah,
to develop over the years because he can do no wrong. He looks exactly the same as a player that he did when he broke through at 17 years old. He has not improved. He has not improved. He still does the same things, picks up the ball, gets his head down, tries to run and tries to shoot from all these weird places that he's not going to score from. He still very, very much plays the exact same way. He looks like he's never been coached a day in his life. And that tells you, the special treatment that he gets at the football club, because no players have been allowed. They've not been afforded, the amount of poor performances with no repercussions that he's had since he's been at the team. And Bruno's similar, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that builds a toxic environment in the team. There's no two ways about it, because they know certain players can't get dropped. A man said the team needs to adapt and play around him. Adapt to his bad form. Nah, take him out the team, bruv. If you're Garnacho and you hear that, you're like, nah, bro, just take him out the team. Let me play, bruv. Our best performance of the season was no Rashford, no Bruno. And even this from Romano, creative midfielder, Mason Mount. What's creative about Mason Mount, bro? This manager, bro, listen, he needs to walk the plank. Man said creative midfielder, Mason Mount. What's creative about Mason Mount?
Yeah.
Bruv, it's crazy. Do you see what I'm trying to say, bro? Like, honestly, just basic talent identification.
Yeah, his talent ID is poor. I'm not going to lie. It's getting to a point now where his talent ID is poor. Who brought in? Varane was before him, right?
Yeah, Varane was before him.
Varane was before
that's
him.
it. So, everything from Casemiro onwards, and even Casemiro, that I believe that was a club signing. I believe that we found out he was available because obviously we got Varane there. You know what I mean? And we pulled the trigger and we just said to the manager, yo, like, Casemiro's available. Do you want him?
I don't even know if that's talent ID neither, to be frank with you. A
That's
player
not,
like
bruv,
Casemiro,
you don't need
that's not talent
to
ID
get cash,
too. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's the most obvious signing, isn't it?
Yeah, for real. I question that one massive. That's not talent ID.
That's what I mean. And you're not even getting the best out of him because you're playing some stupid football. And this is exactly what it is. Like, for me, like, there's so many things wrong, with the way that the club are doing things, but the manager's at fault for a lot of these things. I think sometimes, just picking your best players, can be the most obvious way as a manager to get results.
Yeah.
Just pick your best players.
Yeah.
Or play your best players. Play your best players in their best position.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think as well, when there's pressure on you,
nonsense is crazy, bro.
I think when there's pressure on you as well, it helps you with the fans as well, because the fans can. I mean, that's one of the things I've been saying about Chelsea. I get Poch has his way of doing it, and you should never necessarily just go in with what the fans want. But at the same time, it's going to give you time, right? If you give the fans, and especially when what you're doing is wrong, if you start doing what is obvious, at least the fans can go, well, he's trying to change it. You keep pursuing with something that clearly isn't working. And I'm not going to lie, I'm interested on the way he's handling the pressure. I'm intrigued to see if he can handle the pressure.
No, 100%. You know what I mean? We got everyone inside. Dash is saying, have a theory. Sancho didn't have this, that, and the other. Bro, Sancho wanted to play football, bro. Like, that was it. It's the same as Pogba. Pogba wanted to play football, so he left Man United. Like,
he left
Sancho
City. We know why he left City.
Yeah, because he wanted to play football.
Look.
And then he went to Dortmund and had 3 great seasons, bro. Like,
I think it was the first or second summer, because there's players that I can tell you about the issues they had through the academy at Manchester City.
Bro, tell them, because they're going on like Sancho and Pep had some big beef.
There's one example, Jordan Braith, right? Jordan Braith, who was a young player who's now gone over to Germany. He got brought in to train with the academy, to train with the first 11. Instantly, there was issues. A few of the senior players saying this guy's got an attitude problem, like he doesn't suit this style of play. He got demoted back to the youth team. The youth team, then he fell out with the youth team manager about 2 weeks later. So City said, "You're not for us, bro. Go out on loan." Then sold him, right? And he got sold because of his attitude. Jadon Sancho, I think it was Pep's not first summer, I think it was his second summer. It could have been his first. Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, and Brahim Diaz all got told.
I remember Diaz.
Yeah, he plays for Real Madrid now. Yeah, them 3 got told, we want you to come to America with us on tour. However, you must sign a new contract because we're not going to start bringing you around the first 11. We're not going to start taking you on tour and whatever when you're not on a full contract with us, right? Brahim Diaz was the first real Spanish star to come through City's academy, yeah? And you've got to remember, this is an academy that is based on the Barcelona way of doing things and whatever else. The first Spanish under Pep Guardiola. Then you've got Phil Foden, who is a Manchester City fan from birth, yeah? Been in the academy from young, captained England schoolboys to a World Cup, right? And then you've got Jadon Sancho, who also, I think the year Foden was player of the tournament, Sancho was top goal scorer. But this is a City team with all the stars in, yeah? The writing is on the wall. There's not room for 3 youth players to be getting regular first team football, right? And if you're looking at this, you already know if you're Jadon Sancho, right? So I'm going up against a Spanish boy, yeah, who's linked with Real Madrid, linked with Barcelona and whatever else, and I'm going up against Phil Foden, who's a City boy. Jadon Sancho knew what it was. There was no beef. There was no arguments before that. He just saw what that was. Heard that Dortmund wanted him, so he went AWOL. Now, if AWOL is an attitude problem, no problem. But that was the only thing he did was go AWOL. He said, I'm not signing the contract and I'm gone, right? And left, yeah?
So what was he on? Was he on a schoolboy contract at the time?
Yeah. They're all on schoolboy contracts. And they were offered...
technically, yeah, well, there you go. So if you're not on a pro contract...
No. So he went...
If you decide that you want to go to another club, you're more than allowed to do that.
Yeah, and then the tribunal had to get involved to say, oh, you know what, because he was at your academy, Dortmund, you have to give City a little bit of money for it. Yeah. But he had the right to do that, yeah, and I get why he did it, because he knew, like, if you look at that team, Brahim Diaz got sold, never really played too many games for City. Foden is where he is. No one else from that team, that age, came through, yeah? It's the ages afterwards that started up. That was the first time that youth players were coming through, and he knew that he wasn't going to get it. So he went abroad, and he did what he did. We can't knock what he did in Dortmund, and that's why so many people have gone to Germany since Sancho, because they get it.
He was the one. He was the one that showed people, yo, you can actually go make a career, because since he done that, Nelson did it. Yep. There was that Reece Oxford youth that was at West Ham, went out there. I don't know what he's doing now.
Gone over there.
Loads from City have gone out there. There was another Chelsea boy that went out there as well. Bare people went out there because of Sancho, bro. Do you know what I mean? And bruv, so this myth that he got kicked out, bro. He didn't get kicked out of nowhere, bruv. He didn't fall out with no one. He just decided that he weren't staying and he dipped, and he was more than allowed to do that, because when you're on a schoolboy contract and you ain't signed a pro contract, you don't have to stay, bruv. You know, like that. So that's what I'm saying. All of this myth about his attitude and all these other, bruv, drop me out, bro. Like, the Brer wanted to leave because he knew that he was good enough to be playing first team football. He wasn't going to get it at Man City, so he left. End of story. And it worked out perfectly for him, because he's gone out there and he's proven his point.
Yeah. Is he allowed to use the canteen yet, by the way?
Nah, it's still not allowed, bro. He needs to apologise. You know, like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's mad, you know. I'm not going to lie. It's getting to a point. The
PFA have stepped in, bro, because what man are doing is actually illegal. They're not allowed to do that. The team's not allowed to do that. Because, bro, he's under contract. You can't tell him. So the PFA
have said...
Yeah, the PFA have basically got involved saying, like, what's going on here? Like, this is... Like... We're going to have to do something unless you lot get this sorted out.
Fair. I think that's what it is. And what I was going to say is as well, that if you're Ten Hag now and you're looking at it, and you know what? I rated Ten Hag with the Ronaldo thing, the fact that he dealt with Ronaldo, the way he dealt with Ronaldo, I thought was quite good. Yeah, because he said, look, you got to go and train with them lot. We're going to miss you, but I have to set a precedence. The minute Ronaldo had his week training away, he put the olive branch out, said, come back, I'm going to put you in the team, I'm going to make you captain, yeah? And that showed I haven't got no personal grudge against you. I just had to do it. But now, if I'm Ten Hag and I'm looking at Man United at the moment, I'm looking at Rashford's performance at the moment, yeah? And then I'm looking at Sancho and I'm looking at having Højlund, and I'm thinking, you know, put the dots together. I need to bring this guy, I need to... be the bigger man, because I am the bigger man. I'm the manager. and think for the good of the team, is this unless really there is something that is really, but it needs to be bigger than what I've heard so far. That
Yeah, but it's his
not for the
ego,
good of the
bro,
team.
and that's why I'm glad.
that's
I'm
not-
glad, yeah, that you as a City fan is coming here and clarifying this, because I've said this many times. A lot of the stuff they're saying about Sancho's attitude, yeah, is factually incorrect, and a lot of the stuff that they've said that he's done at Man City and at Dortmund is factually incorrect. So the fact that you've come
I've
and
never
you've
heard
said,
nothing at Dortmund. I'm not gonna lie, I never heard nothing at
bro,
Dortmund.
listen, at Dortmund, they were saying, oh, because I know obviously what was happening with Sancho. You got to think about it, yeah, because what people don't realize is that footballers are human beings, innit? I know it's shocking, but you know what I'm saying? You're an 18-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid, you're a millionaire, you're living in a country where you got no friends, because Bellingham didn't come until his last season. So you ain't got no mates.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you got loads of money. So every time there's an international break, you're getting on an airplane, flying back to London, or if you've got like Monday off or something, you're flying back to London to see your brethrens, or you're flying somewhere with your friends. You're a millionaire. You're away from home. Do you know what I'm saying? Culturally, you're mad different to a lot of these stiff Germans. So why are you going to hang around them? Do you know what I mean? So he wasn't hanging around. He was just flying all over the place, living his life. All of a sudden, he's got a bad attitude, yeah? Or he don't take football seriously because he gets homesick and he wants to come home, or he wants to hang out with his friends. Bro, what were you going to do if you're 18, 19 years old and you're a multi-millionaire and you can jump on an airplane like we jump on a train and do whatever we want? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, Balotelli said it the best. Balotelli said it when he was at City, like, I'm 18 years old with a lot of money. How do you expect me to act? And you know what? That is the truth. That is the absolute truth. And do you know what? It's even to a point where you'd probably, in that case, I'd probably look at the club he's at and I'd say, do you know what? He's 18 years old. Advise him better. If this is a big issue, him living his life like a normal 18-year-old, advise him better. Yeah. Like, as a football club of grown men and a big institute, advise him better. Because look, if someone does something, the first person that people usually go to is the parents and say, listen, so you know what? If he's living in Germany, an 18-year-old living in Germany, probably away from his parents, why is the club not advising him better? Why is the club not helping him to be, and just little things. Sorry, I hate to say it, but there's little things. I look at my club and I rate, and that's like before we got Gvardiol through the door, we got Kovacic. There is a reason for these tiny little things that happen. It helps people settle in. They settle in better if you have someone. So Sancho there, if they're noticing he's flying off, like, what? Speak to him. What do you need? Like,
like, how can we help him settle?
How can we help you settle? Like, not then blame him and saying, oh, why is he acting like this? Well, he's acting like this because he's an 18-year-old.
But this is the problem, though. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, when you look at it, all of these stories that they've made up, he did nothing wrong, yeah, by getting on planes and flying back to London, like, when he wasn't playing. He did nothing wrong, because that's what anyone else would do. That's what anyone else would do if they was in the same situation. I don't mean he's got a bad attitude. That doesn't mean that he didn't take football serious. Look at the numbers he was putting up at Dortmund. He was putting up like generational numbers at Dortmund, a record that still hasn't been touched to this day. So if his attitude was so bad, why did Dortmund want him back? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, when you actually think about all these things that they're saying about him, they don't make sense. They don't make sense at all. And that's why it's like the way that Rashford's been protected and been allowed to get away with playing, and Sancho, this is why I say Sancho's never really been given a chance. Because what football fans call a chance is not a chance, bro. Do you know what I mean? The only way, is if you played ball, even at any level, you know how important, especially if you're a player like Sancho, a creative player that relies on having the trust of your manager. Because you have to give players like Sancho freedom to express themselves. That's the only way you get the best out of them. It's the same with Grealish. It's the same with Foden. It's the same with players like that. If you're a creative player, you need to know that the manager has given you the green light to go out there and make things happen. And Grealish said it about Dean Smith at Aston Villa. He used to tell me, listen, I completely leave it up to you to make the decisions. Wherever you see the gaps, you get on the ball and you go and hurt teams. Same with Joao Felix as well, like what he's doing at Barcelona now. At Chelsea. Like,
or Madrid.
He couldn't do it at Atleti either. You need to give creative players the license to go and affect games. And you almost have to take the pressure off them and say, listen, I know you're going to lose the ball. I know you're going to make mistakes, whatever. Similar to what
Yeah.
KDB has at Man City. Do you know what I'm
And
saying?
John Stones has that at City as well, you know. People don't, but I remember in Pep's first season where John Stones was getting a lot of critique, and Pep said, listen, that guy's got balls to play the way he plays under me, to play the way he plays. He's got balls, to play like that. That he gets given the freedom to do things that centre backs usually probably wouldn't be given the freedom to do. So I think you're right. You do have to. And
it's the same with our goalkeeper as well. The way our goalkeeper plays, he only plays that way because the manager has given him full authority. You know what? Put your foot on the ball. Do whatever you want to do. That's the same trust that Sancho needs from a manager. So when Sancho's had 4 managers in 3 seasons at Man United, and hasn't really been able to build a relationship with any of them because none of them have lasted long enough, how can you then turn around and say, that he's been given a fair crack? He hasn't.
Yeah.
Rashford's been an ever-present. Bruno's been an ever-present. Since Anthony's coming, he's been an ever-present. Rashford has never been given, Sancho has never been given a fair crack. The only managers that have actually given him proper minutes, are the 2 managers that were interim that didn't stay. Do you know what I'm saying? Ralph and Carrick.
Yeah.
They're the only 2 guys that actually gave man a proper chance to say, yo, like, man knows you can play.
Yeah.
They're the only ones. Do you know what I'm saying? So how can you turn around and say that, he's been given enough opportunities? He hasn't given a single opportunity. Same way Pellistri ain't been given an opportunity. If the manager puts you in the team and you know that if you don't get a goal or an assist that you're not playing the next game, that's not an opportunity.
Yeah, that's not.
Do you know what I'm saying? An opportunity is when you get put in the team and you know no matter what, this is my position. And I have to consistently be underperforming, to lose it. That's what an opportunity looks like. And even then, even if I'm not playing well, the manager's still going to pick me. That's what an opportunity looks like.
Yeah, for real.
That's what a real opportunity looks like. Do you know what I'm saying? So no one can turn around and say that Sancho's been given an opportunity. When Rashford's out, he scored 4 goals the season before last. Then he had a purple patch last season, and then went 3 months without a goal.
Yeah,
because he went 3 months without a goal. Do you know what I mean? And then got a new contract.
Yeah.
So no one can't talk about Sancho. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'll always defend him, because he has not been given anywhere near a fair crack.
And to be fair, also as well, if he's going to say that Sancho wasn't training well and wasn't working hard in training, look, I don't watch every single Man United game, but I certainly watched that FA Cup final, and I can tell you now, Rashford wasn't performing on the pitch. Rashford wasn't working hard on the pitch. So are we not going to... If training's one thing, surely... Aguero never used to train that well, by the way, as well. But on the pitch, you knew what he did. And on the pitch, you knew he worked his socks off.
The same with Tevez and a few other players for us.
Whereas you look at Rashford, and at times I think you look like you don't... Like your body language looks wrong. And it comes back to what I said at the start, that I think at times he's just used to having this because of what he has done at times. Is I'm not the scapegoat. You can't blame me because we've seen what I've done in certain games. But it's not that now. And now you're not working hard and you don't get a pass. But I do think the PR will come out. The PR, there'll be, whereas Sancho gets a negative PR, Rashford will get some sort of positive PR that makes it almost acceptable for how he's being. So
no, 100%. You know, like that. So guys, I mean, we'll see, and that's why I'll always back Sancho. Do you know what I mean? For that simple fact, because it's like, give everyone an opportunity. It's very clear that this manager has favourites, and his favourites are going to be his downfall.
Yeah.
And that's just what it's going to be. So no, it's going to be super interesting to see how it unfolds. You lot, make sure you smash up the like button. You already know what it is. Make sure you subscribe as well to Never a Foul. The link is in the title. You guys got a show coming up as well.
Now I think we've just gone live now.
That's what I mean. So I'm going to redirect.
Talk on the Chelsea game, and we're also going to be talking a bit more on Man United as well, on Rashford and the game tomorrow, and United season a little bit as well, to be fair, and what to expect moving forward. So yes, I think from here it's going to go straight over there. So if you stay here.
But that's it. So yeah, we're going to redirect you guys over today. I'm going to be in the chat as well. Do you know what I mean? So nah, man, big up everyone that's tuned into the show. I mean, smash the likes, get them likes up, people. It helps the channel grow. It helps the algorithm. We're gonna head over to Never a Foul now, guys, and yeah, I will be back live here tomorrow, people.